So this story is about a student who had a scary experience in her school corridor. At the beginning, she walking in a dark and empty corridor. The low light and shadow made it feel tense and creepy. The houseway looked kind of threatening, which immediately give the audience a sense of fear and set the mood for the horror scene. While walking alone, the student noticed a mirror placed in the middle of the corridor. The mirror looked strange because it should not be there. She picked up the mirror and looked around the surrounding with quiet tension and uneasy for the audience without jump scare. As the student continued walking while holding the mirror, the atmosphere became more tense. She started feeling like someone is watching her. This part prepared the audience for something bad to happen. Suddenly, a hand reached out from the corner and pulls her away. The mirror fell to the floor, and in the reflection, the shadow figure can be seen standing inside the mirror, giving the story a frightening and mystery ending.
We use a 24 mm wide-angle lens because our scene is set in a long and dark school corridor. With this lens, we can see the student and the corridor in one frame, which is really important for building suspense and showing the horror environment. The wide lens makes the corridor look longer and kind of empty. This amplifies the tension because the student looks small and vulnerable in the space, and the audience can see the empty surroundings, which will make them feel unease. When she picks up the mirror and keeps walking, the camera can follow her smoothly, while still showing the whole corridor. This way, the audience can see everything that might happen, like a hand suddenly coming from the corner. Overall, using this lens gives the corridor a personality. It feels dark, creepy, and threatening, which fits the horror vibe of the scene perfectly.
My name is Z, matrix number 297797. For this part, I will present about how we control the color in our video. First, the ambient light. In this shooting, we use the color temperature meter app to measure color temperature in Kelvin. The color temperature meter shows that the actual lighting in the hallway is around 5900 K, which is a daylight or cold white temperature, and 5900 K is a high Kelvin value. A high Kelvin value indicates a colder light. So the cold light will make the scene feels clinical and suspenseful. Second, the camera settings. We set the white balance in 3750K. The final result is, when we shoot in daylight 5900K, the actual light is already cool, but we set the camera to tungsten, which is 3750K. These settings cool down the orange tones and the scene will become blue.
We use fast lighting ISO 54 shutter speed dark corridor location to measure and control the exposure. The firstly is fast lighting. The light was focused mainly on the face to make the subject more visible and create a dramatic horror effect. A flashlight was directed at the subject face when the character looked towards the camera to create a more intense and frightening feeling. This helped control the exposure while keeping the background dark and moody. The second is ISO 54. An ISO setting of 54 was used to maintain a cleaner image with less noisy. This helped preserve the dark cinematic atmosphere without making the video look grainy. The third is shutter speed 1 per 125. A shutter speed of 1 per 125 was used to reduce motion blur and create sharper visual. This made the movement look more intense and suitable for the horror theme. Fourth is dark corridor location. Although the video was filmed during the daytime, but we chose a darker classroom corridor with automatic lighting. The light only turned on when movement was detected, which helped keep the environment dark and enhance the horror atmosphere while controlling the exposure. Thank you.